Obviously, we want to be the Disney of Web3. I think we are at the moment. We are filing our ETF with them as well.
So there's going to be a PENGU ETF. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Now we are averaging almost 1 billion impressions per day.
So you literally were just like a Pudgy Penguin holder. You went to some community meetups, and then 12 months down the line, you're the CEO of Pudgy Asia.
Disney, Sanrio, Mattel, they are not Web3 native. They don't have a token, they don't have an NFT. Technically, we could be bigger than them. We are not just only an NFT collection. We are also toys, games, we are metaverses. We are, if you want to bootstrap a super loyal community from day zero and from day one, NFT is probably the best asset to do that.
What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Aaron here. It is day one of Istanbul Blockchain Week, and today I have a very special guest with us. I have Mr. Aaron Teng, the CEO of Pudgy Asia. Welcome to the channel, bro.
Thank you, bro. Oh, finally in the channel. I've been watching you online, and it's like, when is my turn? So here it is.
Well, today dreams come true. And welcome to Istanbul, obviously. I think is it your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time ever in Turkey. Wanted to come here, I think 4 years ago, but I didn't make it. Finally able to make it thanks to you. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you and the Pudgy brand with us for the first time in Turkey, and hopefully for many additions to come in the future. But let's just start at the beginning, right? Because obviously Pudgy is probably one of the most, if not the most loved Web3 native brand. And unfortunately, I don't own a Pudgy, I'll be honest. But I want to. I just haven't got round to doing it. Please don't. Actually, I do own one of these. Thanks to you and Cheryl's generosity. But in general, I think that it would be amazing to hear how the hell did you get into Pudgy Penguins in the first place? How does one get to be the CEO of Pudgy Asia? And obviously, Asia is such a huge market, right, for NFTs and IP.
Yeah, I think everyone knows the story. Luca and friends bought over Pudgy Penguins, right? He's not the original founder, but he bought over for $2.5 million. The real story here is that in Asia, a lot of this initiative, program, meetups, events are really community-led, right? There's a lot of holders in different parts of Asia, especially in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Korea, Japan. Everyone is a holder of the NFT, and they actually self-organize stuff, right? So that's how I came to be as well, because I came into the huddle when Cheryl, my partner, organized, I think, a go-kart meetup in KL. And I was like, okay, I come for the go-kart, not really for Pudgy Penguins, but I stay because the friendship I made during the meetup, right? And attended a few more events that organized by Cheryl. And, without me even knowing, I was like, I'm attending all events in Asia. And then we actually flew to the US as well, meet Luca in person and stuff like that. So I think it's really organic, like how I came into the huddle. Yeah. Starting from as a holder, started to contribute a little bit more, started to bring deal flow. And, I think last year when Luca came to Asia, he was like, we were talking about how do we grow Asia even bigger, more formally. Then Sharon and I was like, why not we build an entity in Asia? Yeah. So fast forward to this year, we incorporated the company in Singapore. So Cheryl and I is also a shareholder of the company together with Luca and Igloo Inc. And right now, both Cheryl and I are running Asia together. And basically, thank you, Luca, for giving us the faith and also the trust to handing the IP to us in Asia to make it even bigger.
Yeah, that's epic. So you literally were just like a Pudgy Penguin holder. You went to some community meetups, and then 12 months down the line, you're the CEO of Pudgy Asia.
Yeah, I mean,
that's epic.
If you look at
what a story.
If you look at some of the personalities in Pudgy Penguins today, like PP, like Berko, like Actually Asians, they're pretty popular in X. They actually started way before Luca took over.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So Luca, essentially, he inherited these people, and these people are holders themselves. Right? I think this is really the story of NFT. It's that if you want to bootstrap a super loyal community from day zero and from day one, NFT is probably the best asset to do that, right? I would not think meme coin or any token because they come and go, right? Yeah. You hold for 2 weeks and then you sell. But NFT, we are basically, people are rocking their PFP, right? They're rocking their penguin in their profile picture. So it is an identity that they own. And, I recently tweeted that people are risking their reputation by putting the penguin as their profile picture, and that speaks
a lot of trust.
That speaks a lot.
Fascinating. Actually, let's actually talk about NFTs, because obviously NFTs have evolved, and there's a whole boom and bust cycle, and obviously there was the PFP craze. I know Pudgy's still a PFP, but with utility. How have you seen the whole market evolve, from 2021 to where it is today, and how have you made sure that Pudgy has stayed relevant throughout when you've seen so many of your competitors completely go to zero?
I think there's no secret recipe, right? Like I think in 2021, people launched an NFT collection just to earn the money from the mint, because it's a huge money, right? A couple $1 million just like that in a few weeks. But I think during the bear cycle, the first real bear cycle of NFT, Pudgy Penguins is the only collection that climbs up in floor price, right? When everyone else basically died, right? I think what's the secret is really, we are very long-term oriented. Like everyone knows that, we have a toy series distributing in Walmart. Everyone knows that eventually we're going to have our own game, right? Our own metaverse, maybe our own movie. And all this takes time, right? I think the community who owns the NFT knows that the team is building this for the long term. And we show up, right? We build in public, whether in X, we film ourselves and put it on YouTube as well, right? People love the building in public series on YouTube. Check it out. It's really cool. You get to see every single decision along the way. And even our last episode, when Luca and Vidon and the whole team in the US was like, okay, should we launch PENGU, the token? You can see the whole process when they're deliberating the decisions and stuff like that. So when you build in public like that, people know that, okay, the price today or tomorrow doesn't really matter. Yeah. Right? Eventually, the price will meet the value that we created. And I think we built a lot of value. People are surprised. There's so many things in the ecosystem of Pudgy Penguins. We are not just only an NFT collection. We are also toys, games. We are metaverses. We do a lot of events and, and these days, we are applying for our NFT and our token to be in an ETF as well. It's crazy.
I've been really knee deep in Istanbul Blockchain Week, so I haven't done a huge amount on Twitter the last few days, but I saw a penguin on stage in the US somewhere. Yes. Was it 8 days ago? What was that?
Yes. So I think Van Eyck, so basically
it wasn't you, was it?
I was supposed to go, right? But I chose Istanbul Blockchain Week, I missed it because of you.
Great decision. That's a great decision.
We rang the bell together with Van Eyck. Van Eyck is a great partner. We are following our ETF with them as well.
So there's going to be a PENGU ETF. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, this is public information. We filed our application, right? And it's the NFT and the token. So
in one asset class, or is it two separate?
Yeah, there's two asset class, but we're gonna file a few more. But Van Eyck is, go to the Van Eyck's Twitter, and you'll be surprised that there's a penguin at a PFP, right? People don't believe it. They're like, okay, no, go. That kind of
scares me a little bit though, because it's like, oh, is that like a top signal? You know what I mean?
Well, they've been doing that since last year.
Okay.
Not this year, right? So it's last year. Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's really wild. Okay, but then obviously Pudgy, I think, even like my partner, she's not that much into crypto, but she knows Pudgy. People know Pudgy. It's like a cultural movement. How have you, what are some of the tactics that you guys have used to penetrate that kind of mainstream market outside of our crypto bubble?
Yeah, I think back to first principle thinking, it's all about distribution, right? If you're going to produce a toy, where can we distribute this toy at the largest distribution channel? And in the US, obviously it's Walmart.
Yeah.
Right? It's Walgreens, it's Target. So we are at there. And if it's online, definitely Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, where we have multiple accounts there. People see us as, maybe you have that Pudgy Penguins account, but we have a lot other accounts as well. So I think the team is very focused on distributing the IP in a format that is native to the platform, right? Whether it's in YouTube, on X, or Twitter, or even GIF. GIF is the hack. We have reached 100 billion impressions on the GIF, right? So whenever you select a GIF in Instagram or Facebook or Telegram or WhatsApp, chances are you use our GIF. And this is where, you're right? We actually burst the bubble of crypto.
Yeah.
If I ask my normie friends, they've seen it before because they accidentally used that GIF in their chat in their workplace or their family chat. And this is just the beginning, right? We haven't really built layers of interaction beyond that, right? Obviously, this year we're going to roll out our new edition of a Metaverse, Pudgy World. Pudgy Party is here at Istanbul Blockchain Week as well. This is our mobile game with them. So all this are more engagement platform that we can turn this attention and hopefully back to crypto, right? So this is really the mission.
So when you're like in the head office with Luca and the team, is there a brand that you guys look at, like a legacy brand that you go, that is like the North Star or close to that?
Obviously, there's no, because we came out of crypto, out of NFT. So in a way, we are almost like the first cycle Web3 IP project. Yeah. So there's no reference for us. Obviously, we want to be the Disney of Web3. I think we are at the moment. And in Asia now, there's this company called PopMart. They produce this ugly dolls called Labubu. I believe. Oh yeah. I believe they recently went public in Hong Kong, and I believe their valuation is larger than Hasbro, larger than Mattel and Sanrio combined, right? And
it's mad.
It's mad, right? Yeah. So I think the total addressable market in Asia alone is huge, and I hope that we can reach that level one day. But even more than that, because all these companies, Disney, Sanrio, Mattel, they are not Web3 native, right? They don't have a token, they don't have an NFT, they are not as big as us in terms of community building, right? So technically, we could be bigger than them. That's my honest thought. This is why I'm here as well, to build this dream as well. Our token is already, past $1 billion valuation. I think Hello Kitty is like $80 billion valuation of the franchise IP. So we are still super early, and now we are averaging almost 1 billion impressions per day. It's our taking basically the next few years.
It's mind-boggling. A billion impressions. I'm just nodding along, but that's a lot. That's a lot of impressions globally. Which markets is the strongest markets for Pudgy, like based on your numbers?
Yeah, right now it's I think English-speaking market. Obviously, on Asia side, we are building the Korean, Thai, Japanese market.
Yeah.
I think we have a huge Spanish-speaking content engine as well. So I think now we are at this stage where we have to localize, right? I mean, in a way, English-speaking market, we are already up there. Of course, you can never stop, but we have to localize to more different native languages. And that's why we are even considering Turkey as well, right? In Turkey, huge trading market for crypto, and this is our first time here. And just to understand, get the feel of the market. Yeah, I think that's where we are. We are going to scale horizontally to different markets, different culture as well.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I think this is your first stop on the Asia tour, Asia Pudgy.
Well, if you consider Turkey as half Asia, is Turkey half Asia?
Istanbul's half Europe, half Asia. Currently, we're in the European side. So it's very, depends where you want to say. But to be honest, people say Turkey. Some people say it's Europe. Some people say it's Asia. Some people say it's Middle East. Whatever fits your narrative, go for that. So, but yeah, maybe you can tell our audience, what we're planning tonight with the first ever Pudgy Penguins activation in Turkey.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, right, inviting us to be part of this. I think we have this Blockdown festival. This is probably your second time, is it?
Blockdown. We've actually hosted Blockdown a number of times. In the festival format, it's our third time.
Third time in the festival format. And I think you came out with a great concept, an AI agent festival. I was like, damn, we have to be part of this. So yeah, I think, we're going to be here. We're going to, basically proliferate our IP to this crowd. I don't know how many are going to turn out. Probably at 2,000 people. It can fit 2,000 people. Hopefully 2,000 people show up.
Yep.
We're going to proliferate Pudgy in a way. And we brought some toys as well. And some of our friends who are massive follower of Pudgy Penguins are here as well in the conference. So yeah, let's party tonight. Let's do it in a way that is not so formal. I think this is really the Pudgy brand, that we are all about good vibes, right? You feel good looking at it, playing a part in it. And let's see what will turn out after this event, right? I hope I told you back then, it's like how can we make Pudgy Turkey a reality starting from this week? So let's see.
So why is the Turkish market interesting to you and to Pudgy Penguins?
Yeah, I think Turkey, according to Binance, right, they are number 4 in terms of trading volume, and we do have a token. And we hope that one day people can connect the dots, right? Like when we first launched a token, people say it's a meme coin, but Luca actually come up with a thesis. He published it online that we are evolving to a social currency. I mean, if Turkey is top 4 in the world, we have to be here. Some sort of. We still haven't cracked the code. Like, what is the one thing that can get adoption for a Turkish trader or Turkish holder? All right, it's gonna be a journey, but we are committed to be, not just Turkey, right, but everywhere else. Like, we have to proliferate everywhere, right? We cannot just be in our own bubble, in crypto Twitter, in Telegram.
Yeah.
We have to be in everywhere, and that's really the DNA of Pudgy Penguins. Distribution is in our mind 24/7.
Awesome. So you mentioned a game. You also mentioned a potential movie. Is there something working in the background on a movie at the moment?
Yeah, I think if you look at IP, right, like a lot of traditionally IP came out with a lot of the strong IP that succeed came out from 3 medium, right? You either have a movie, or you have a TV show, or you have a game. So obviously, all these 3 verticals, we are not there yet, right? We came out from a NFT collection. That's where we came up from. So I think eventually we'll try to hit the ceiling in all 3. This year we're gonna have a mobile game with Mythical Games.
Yep.
And we have our own metaverse called Pudgy World. And what else do we have? We have our own YouTube show, a little Pudgy YouTube show that we launched 1.5 months ago. Now we're at episode 4 on YouTube. So yeah, in a movie, right? I think it's always part of the longer picture. Because if you really want an IP that transcends our generation, right? How can he be the IP that our future grandchildren will also relate and resonate? You really need all these big moments in our product line, right? So obviously, yeah, it's a bit different than your typical Web3 project.
Yeah.
But I think we are playing that role as the face of crypto, and hopefully people can see us as a mainstream IP, an IP that speaks about crypto in a very fun and trustworthy way. One day, the biggest brand in the world will collaborate with us. For example, McDonald's or Nestle, all these big brands. He just had this 6 ape in his OpenSea wallet. So in front of me, he sold one of his Bored Ape at 11 ETH, and he bought a big Pudgy at 9 ETH. We did sell tens of millions of toys already. Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Toys R Us. We're gonna be in Malaysia, Vietnam, Korea, Japan, and maybe India as well for the first time this year.
So what is your hottest take right now in the Web3 space?
I think the move to launch a token is necessary, right? If you really want to hit mainstream adoption.